Hello everyone, and good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you're watching my channel from. I want to thank you for joining again, and I want to thank you for watching my previous videos and sharing my videos. This is a video I want to title Disadvantages of Relocating Abroad in your 40s or 50s. Yeah, that's how I want to title it. Maybe if there's a proper title again, I might change it before posting this video. But what is in my head now is disadvantages of relocating abroad when you're in your 40s or in your 50s. You understand? I'm in my 40s, so don't get it twisted. But I want to start by saying people relocate abroad for several reasons. And I want to put a little remark here that if the video becomes too long, then there might probably be a part 1 and part 2. But let me see how I'm able to squeeze this into a single video. I don't want my videos to be too long, yeah. So if it's trying to get too long, I'll just squeeze it into maybe a part 1 and part 2. So, and I want to be using Canada as a case study. At least I have traveled extensively. I've traveled to many countries. But say relocating abroad, maybe to just live abroad, Canada is the only place I've said, okay, I've relocated and I'm living here currently. So my case study is going to be about Canada. And I have some points that I want to quickly raise as in why, if you are relocating in your 40s and your 50s, there may be a little snag here and there, and just hear me out. These are my personal opinion. First and foremost, I want to look at the labor market in Canada. Okay, by the time you are relocating into Canada rather, by the time you come, no matter the degree you bring from any country, Canada only respects to a large extent the degree you get from Canada. You may have a PhD from Nigeria. You may have 20 master's degree. They don't care about it. You understand? In fact, in Canada, to my own understanding, there are some people that have different skills. They even want those people to come to their country rather than you that have maybe 4 master's degree or 2 different PhDs and all that. You understand? Maybe truck drivers, plumbers and all that. All these skills are deficient in Canada, and they want such people to come. So by the time you come with so many degrees and you get a job, probably for you to have such degrees in your country where you are coming from, you'll probably be high up there, maybe a director, a senior manager, or an MD of a company. But when you come to Canada with such degrees, they don't look at them. To a large extent, I'm not saying entirely, to a large extent, they don't look at them. So even if you get a job, you just get maybe a managerial job or something like that. A few may get into directorship, a very few percentage. So that's the disadvantage. So it's like when you're in your 40s or in your 50s, you're like climbing up the ladder afresh again. So it would be better if you come to Canada when you are very young, maybe in your 20s, early 30s. Yeah, Canada wants such people to come around. But if you're already in your 40s, 50s, well, like I said at the beginning, people relocate for different reasons. So maybe they relocate for, okay, security back home. Some they relocate because they want their children to school here and they want to be close to their children while the children go to school. People have different reasons for relocating. But I'm saying if you're in your 40s and you're in your 50s, I don't think it would be wise. Even if you relocate, don't just make it like an end plan or end game. So like the first reason I've given is about the job market. It's like you starting afresh again, so to say. Another reason I want to give is cost of properties. Here in Canada, properties are so expensive, and you won't wonder, why are properties so expensive? You see a 4-bedroom duplex, they'll be telling you $1 million. 4, 3, maybe, you know. And especially if you live in the highbrow area like Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, all those places that are high up there, properties are so expensive. You understand? Across the border, if I drive 45 minutes from where I stay here, I'll be in Niagara, across the border into Buffalo. Buffalo is around New York. 45 minutes, I'm there. If I drive into the US, a property that you buy here in Canada, 1 million, 1.2 million, you go to some part of America, you can get it for $300,000-$400,000. So you want to ask yourself, why is property so expensive here? And now, why I say if you relocate in your 40s or 50s, there might be a little disadvantage there, is because, okay, let's even assume you're able to get this property, you buy one of them. Definitely, maybe you buy using mortgage. Mortgage, you use 20, 30 years to pay. By the time you are in your 40s, so it means you are going to be paying mortgage till you are 70 or going close to 80. Come on. By the time you are 40, 50 is how you retire that should be in your plan. You don't want to be thinking about how you'll be paying bills in your old age. So if you come to, I said I'm going to use Canada as a case study here. If you come to Canada early in life, maybe in your 20s, early 30s, is far preferable. Because now you finish your school, immediately you graduate from school, maybe a university here, you get a job and you start growing from the ladder. Before you get to 40, 50, you would have been high up there. No matter, even though you are black, you stand a bit at disadvantage. You understand? But no matter how bad, at least you are able to start early in the labor ladder and you've climbed up there. By the time you are in your 40s, 50s, you would have gone very far. Maybe a director or something like that. So for properties, I don't think you want to live in your 70s, 80s, and you are thinking of every month, oh, mortgage, I have to pay again. By then, you should be relaxing, you should be resting and all that. But if you're able to get your properties in your 20s, 30s, then before you even become 40, you would have acquired other properties that will be paying for itself and all that, you know. So at least you have more time to leverage and all that and grow your portfolio. That's what I'm saying. And another thing is, instead of, by the time you are buying that property, 1 million, 1.2, 1.5 million, they always ask for down payment. So, and what's the down payment? At least your own equity contribution. Let's assume your equity contribution is $100,000, $200,000. You convert that to Naira, even at an exchange rate of, let's say, 75 or 80, we're talking about 160 million. Instead of using that one to just put out equity contribution just to get a 4-bedroom house here in Canada, why not invest that same amount back home? How do you invest it? You can build a hotel, a nice hotel. Even if you are not building a nice hotel, build maybe a block of flats, maybe 3 bedroom, 2 bedroom. Have like 5, 6 or 10 of them on this wing, on that wing, the same thing. That money will do it. Don't just go to expensive places, maybe like some part of Lagos or anything. Go to where you build and people. So instead of you thinking of mortgage that you'll be paying for the next 20, 30 years here in Canada, but that place will be able to feed you. You'll be generating money that will feed you in your old age, instead of thinking of, oh, I have to pay mortgage and all that. I came to Canada as a student. Even while I was a student, I worked with a company called Home Depot. In Home Depot, I still saw people in their 70s, close to 80. They are still working. Back in Africa, such people, you know, they don't work. They just relax. Their children take care of them and, you know. But you see these people, they come to work every day and all that. Not because they want to, but because they have bills to pay. They have mortgage to pay and all that, you know. So that's why I'm saying, if you want to come, especially Canada, come very early. Don't come when you're already in your 40s and your 50s. Even if you come, like some of us, we have plans and all that. Maybe we want our kids to school here and all that. Definitely we have plans to go back home by the time they are done with their school and they are fully settled. And also, you know that when you have your papers here, it's easier to get Canadian citizenship than most of these other countries. That's just the truth. Most of us, because of the paper, it's easier to get papers here in Canada compared to maybe across the border, US. Have people there 10 years, they don't even have papers. But Canada here, they have a program that is streamlined. You follow it through 2-3 years, you have your PR. In another extra 2-3 years, you have your citizenship. If you follow it through, you just get your papers. So that's why most of us are here. Well, I'm speaking for. So it takes me to the third point I want to make. I want to target as bills and taxes. In Canada, everything here you touch is bill, tax. You understand? In Canada, 11%, Canada's population just clocked 40 million. And I Googled it, you can Google it too. It's only 11% of the population that earn 6 figures. What is 6 figures? Those that earn $100,000 and above per annum. So most people earn less than $100,000 per annum. So by the time you streamline this down, you know that most of the people earn below $100,000 per annum. And one thing about what you earn here is if you rely so much on your 9 to 5, you need to have something you are doing. Maybe a business back home that is giving you money, or you have a business here that you are doing alongside the 9 to 5 that you are doing. Because if you want to rely solely on your 9 to 5, interestingly, you may not meet up. That's just the truth, because the bills and the taxes are just everywhere. So what am I trying to say? By the time you are earning let's say $120,000, you know that 30% of it goes for tax. 30% goes for tax. So if you are maybe earning $120,000 per annum on paper, know that your net comes to like maybe $80,000-$90,000. Take it or leave it. That's what you are earning. The others go for tax, maybe employment insurance, maybe that one. But at least 30% of that, that's 1/3 of it, goes to take care of that. And what you are left with that 80 or 90,000, you have to pay your mortgage from it. If you are not paying mortgage, you are paying rent. That one will take half of the net you are taking, especially if you live in high brow areas like Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, all those places, you know, Quebec and all that. Rent will take half of it. You can't drive a car without having insurance. Like back home, most people that drive, they don't even have insurance. I'm not trying to say that's a good thing to do, but even the majority that have, they do third-party insurance that you just pay $2,000 or $3,000, they give you insurance. Here it's against the law if you are driving without insurance. You can't even try it, because if the police get hold of you, it's a big offense, and the fine you are going to pay is something crazy. So you pay insurance before you now start thinking of utility to pay your light bill, your hydro is light, then you pay for gas, pay for internet, pay for this. So basically what you are earning has ended. So you don't want to live your life, and in your old age, instead of you just enjoying, relaxing and all that, it's bills that will be ringing in your head. You don't want to do that. You understand? So if you come here quite early, you're able to sort all those places out. And another thing is, if you have a company that you are running, there's a way that most of these taxes, you can embed them into your company so that it will look as if, okay, it's the company that's paying those taxes. It doesn't reflect on you too much. You understand? So that's another thing is that I want to say is, by the time you are in your 40s and in your 50s, before you come here, that hustling spirit, even if you have hustling spirit, no matter how you are, you cannot hustle. The energy is not so much there like someone in his 20s and early 30s. By the time you are in your 40s and in your 50s, the hustling spirit would have reduced a bit. We have people here that as they close from one job, they are going to another job. You understand? Some even do 3 jobs. By the time you're in your 40s or 50s, max you can do maybe 2 jobs. You don't have strength to be going from one job. And the thing is, because of the bills that you have to pay, you have to keep working so that you meet up. That's just the truth. I don't want a situation whereby in your old age, that's when, so it would be better if you want to relocate, especially Canada. Like I said, it's Canada. You come quite early, you understand? So you are settled before you go into the scheme of things. Another thing I want to say is the weather. The weather here in Canada is something else. Like someone like me, I don't like too much cold. Officially, we have ended summer. We're in fall now. Before you know it, will enter winter. You see what I'm wearing is already getting cold already. You understand? I have a t-shirt inside and I'm still wearing this. It's already getting cold already. And it's going to be this cold until around April, early May next year. So you see, most part of the year is cold. So is it in your old age, you want to come and sit down and be looking for, by the time snow has covered your garage, by then all your kids have grown, they've started their life, you are just at home maybe with your wife alone. Is it at that age you want to come and be shoveling snow and all that? No, that energy is not there. Even if you have the energy to do it, for how long are you going to do it? And Canada is snow for most part of the year. You understand? Across the border here in US, it's snowing in most parts too, but their weather is not as extreme as Canada's weather. So the weather too is a major thing to consider. You understand? So basically, what am I trying to say? If you want to come quite early, you get used to the weather. But if you are coming in your 40s and in your 50s, then, well, depends on the reason why you are coming though. I'm not stopping anybody from coming, don't get me wrong. I'm not stopping anybody from coming, but have your reasons for coming, you understand? The last thing I want to say is, here in Canada, it's not, especially in the West generally, it's not like the way we have in Africa where we have a communal kind of life. You understand? Whereby if you live in a street, at least you know people that live around you, or if you live in a community, everybody knows each other. There are some people that are living close to me for almost 2 years now. I don't even know them. Everybody just minds his or her business. So in your old age, you don't want to live a lonely life. You still want friends around you. You come, have a drink and all that, you know. But here you find out that if you come late in life, the kind of friends you make, they are limited. Maybe colleagues at work, or maybe people that you guys came from now. But how many are they? Well, if you come quite early, even while you are in school or this, you would have made a lot of friends around here. So just like if it's back home in Nigeria, even those of you that you went to secondary school together, you still keep in touch. Primary school, you still keep in touch. But by the time you come here in your 40s and in your 50s, who do you want to start keeping in touch with? So those are my reasons. I just feel everybody have 1 or 2 reasons for relocating. Some because of security situations, some they want maybe economic value and all that. Some they want their kids to school here. But if you want to relocate, come quite early. If you come late, your retirement plan shouldn't be centered around you settling here. Trust me. Because in your old age, you don't want to be having nightmares about bills and bills and bills to pay. Thank you for watching, and I hope this probably will benefit 1 or 2 persons. Thank you.